What is going on, guys? Okay, we're just gonna get real comf. We're gonna cozy up, maybe get a nice beverage. We're gonna have a little chat. I'm really excited because first off, flannels. Secondly, is it flannel weather? No. Do I wish it was flannel weather? Yes. It is currently, let's see how hot it is. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. What is the temperature outside right now?
It's about 88 degrees outside.
Okay, that is actually a lot cooler than it has been, but still, 88 degrees, super hot. So, this week, y'all, I have been literally wishing it was fall. Wishing I could make some fall food, wishing I could like cozy up with a blanket, just like if it's been even the slightest bit cloudy this week, I'm like, oh, Matt, it reminds me of fall every time. So thus the flannel, and also the first shirt I had on didn't work. It just wasn't working for me. So I was like, I love flannel, let's go with that. I myself am talking today about hormones. So if you saw my last video, it was kind of like a recap, bringing you guys back up to speed about, Danae, what's been going on in your life? How's it going? What have you been up to the past like year and a half since you made your last video? So now I'm working on making those specific videos. And the first one I wanted to make was the hormones one. One being that I do want to get to the home decor videos and like kind of get into that. But I really want to do this video first because of the timeline and because of what I'm currently starting in my journey, which I will explain that in just a little bit. Anyway, sorry, y'all, I touch my hair so much. Also, it's freaking long, which I'm really excited about, but also I have to explain to Matt that when I sleep, it's very hard because I like lay on my hair. Obviously, I lay on my hair, but I like roll over and like pull my hair with like my elbow or something, and it's very uncomfortable, and I don't like sleeping in a bun, and that's just, anyway, that's such a tangent. I'm going to be looking at my phone, so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at, because your girl needs to stay focused, clearly, otherwise she's going to be talking about how long her hair is and how much of an issue it is when she's sleeping. Moving on. Okay, so if you've been watching my channel, I mean, I could say if you've been watching my channel for a while, but kind of. I made a video shortly after we got married, just kind of telling you guys like, hey, this is how I healed my cystic acne. If you'd like to know more about that specific season, definitely go watch that video and you can kind of learn like where I was at then, because it kind of plays into where my hormones are at right now. We're just gonna start from the very beginning and kind of brush over that a little bit. So before we got married, I struggled with pretty bad cystic acne, and it was a big issue. I had never really struggled with acne before. It was just kind of like out of nowhere, just big cystic acne on my chin. I have a couple videos from like Vlogmas or something back in like 2015, where you can see videos of how bad it was. It was really bad, in my opinion. I know some people have it much worse, and I'm not trying to like complain or, you know, make it sound like my situation was the worst that it could have been, because people have it a lot worse. Through my own journey of like, okay, figuring out what kind of things diet-wise may be affecting my skin, and got connected with a nutritional therapy practitioner. So that's, if you hear me refer to an NTP, that's what I'm referring to. One that my sister had recommended, and she put me on a protocol that was kind of lower carb, higher fat, healthy fats. And within like 3 months, I saw a significant reduction in my acne, and I just had a few scars that have been very they've been fading very quickly with the use of my essential oils. So that's kind of a side note. That kind of sent me on a journey of hormone balance and kind of being more in tune with what that meant my body was doing. So fast forward, we get married. I did have flare-ups after our honeymoon because I had literally stuck to a pretty strict, I would say, diet, but protocol. Not that I blew it after I got married, but I definitely got more relaxed because I'm like, okay, cool, my hormones are healed. I can have self-control, it's no big deal. So I kind of got more relaxed after the honeymoon and we were just enjoying life. Now I wasn't going hard on like crazy foods, but from January till July, I did 6 months of strict paleo. That was right after we got married. So the first few months we were married, before that following January, it was a little bit crazy. My body was like, whoa, what's happening? We're not really used to these foods because you haven't had them in your diet recently. And I got a few flare-ups of acne. But after that, once I did paleo for a little bit, it kind of cleared up. And then it wasn't until I started doing essential oils that I saw a reduction in like scarring. Like it really helped me, really supported my skin to finish that kind of healing process. So I'll show you guys kind of what's going on now. So I don't know if you can really see, maybe I can zoom in. There we go. And it's probably blurry. So I have a pimple right here and one over here, but other than that, my skin is not as scarred, which I'm so thankful for, you guys, because once I got the acne taken care of, the scars were like the next hurdle that I really had to push through. And it was like, it was still embarrassing because I'm like, okay, I cleared my acne, my hormones are balanced, but my skin still is kind of embarrassing, and I had to use a lot of cover up and things like that to feel comfortable and confident going out in public and being around people. Which for me, I'm not usually the type of person that's like, okay, I have to have makeup on before I leave the house. That's just not my personality. Like for me today, I don't have any foundation on. I don't have any concealer. I purposely did not put concealer on because I wanted to show you guys like the real raw, this is what my skin looks like now. Not that the skin is like the main focus point of this video, it's hormones, but just to bring you guys up to speed and show you a real raw update of like where my body and my skin is at. So Matt and I have been married for 3 years coming up in October, which is crazy. I cannot believe we have been married that long. Over the past year, because of circumstances like at work and home and just personally, I feel like I kind of threw my hormones, how do I say that? My hormones were basically suffering and currently are hopefully on the mend, but they're in a really bad place currently. So that's why I kind of wanted to film this video today so that we can get a good new starting point. Y'all can join me on my journey as I start to balance out my hormones again. Back in February, I had my hormones tested again. My uncle, who's a pharmacist, I was like, I cannot think of the word. He's a pharmacist. He helped me get a test and had me, take the test and everything. Got the results back, and basically they were tanked. I'm actually gonna go get them so I can show you guys, just so you can see how bad they were. Okay. So, sorry, I had to literally take my camera down so I could show you guys. Okay, so these were my hormone levels, which is literally insane. This over here is the measure of where it should be. So my morning cortisol was in a healthy range, but then at the end of the day, it was the bottom. And then 2 to 23 is where my DHAs should be, and they're at 4.1, which is toward the lower end of that. Testosterone was in, generally the right range, but definitely not in the middle of that. And yeah, it was just crazy. As you can see, all of them should be in this middle spot, and they're way over here. So it's pretty pretty bad. As you can see, they were pretty bad, pretty low. My uncle was talking to an OB-GYN about like my specific case, and she had never seen anything like that with someone that's my age. Basically, my hormones were at a level that was like pre-menopause stage, and I'm 25. So that would explain why I felt exhausted all the time, why I was having night sweats pretty frequently. I was getting dizzy a lot. What else? What other symptoms? I don't know if this is related, which I'm hoping to find out if it is or not, but after our trip to Colorado last fall, my nose has been so dry, but just one nostril, just one. And it's really weird because I'm like, okay, maybe it's the humidity, so I got a humidifier and that hasn't been helping as much. And so I'm just trying to figure out, okay, if it's hormone related, let's nip it in the butt because it's just painful. Lots of symptoms that I've been experiencing, which is why I wanted to get them tested back in February. And what he was thinking is that my adrenals are probably just being heavily taxed because of stress. Like you can literally be doing everything possible that's healthy. And if you're stressed out, it's like, not that it all goes down the drain, but it just affects you so much and affects your hormones so much. Speaking of de-stressing, I did not address this. So it's been a very interesting season since February because I'm like, okay, if my adrenals are tanked, they're being taxed, then I need to de-stress. So I've had to make adjustments in a lot of areas of my life, one being the form of movement that I do. If you've been watching my videos, you know I'm pretty passionate about like high intensity workouts, doing body pump, like Les Mills body pump, or kickboxing. Like those are fun and exciting to me. And I love doing workouts and movements that energize me and like help me to de-stress to me, to get that blood flowing because I work in an office 40 hours a week. So I love being active in that way. But when I found out that my hormones were not doing so hot, I was kind of advised to kind of take it a step down and not do as much like intense cardio, because it was not helping my body. I was going on a lot of walks, and that was good because like during quarantine, that's when I was doing walks, and the weather in the spring was so much nicer. Take advantage of being outside, getting fresh air, because we were obviously cooped up inside all day as well, so another motivation. But at the same time, it wasn't like fulfilling to me movement wise or exercise wise. I just did not, like, I enjoyed it, but not for the fitness aspect of it, because I'm in my brain, and this is something that I'm working on, is I felt like I wasn't accomplishing, like my workout wasn't worth it because I wasn't burning a certain amount of calories, or my heart rate wasn't hitting a certain level, or because it was just walking. There's a lot of pride in that. So anyway, that was one thing that I changed. And another thing that I've been doing, incorporating a little bit more, is yoga. So I do Les Mills body balance / body flow. I don't know why they call it two different things. Yoga, Tai Chi kind of thing, with fun music. And it's very relaxing, but it's not my normal preference when it comes to movement and exercise. I've kind of had ups and downs where I'm like, I don't feel motivated to work out or to exercise because walking and yoga don't interest me all the time. But I'm excited to figure out and learn if there's another form of exercise that I can do, maybe some more weightlifting or something like that, that will get my heart rate up a little bit more, but not too much that it taxes my adrenals more than they are already being taxed. The thing I will say is, and that I'm having to personally work through, is this whole idea of food obsession. So because I was on a protocol, I had a hard time not considering that like a diet, and feeling kind of restricted to that. So I have to be careful and learn how to take care of and love my body well. And if that means sticking to a specific diet or protocol, then that's gonna help me feel my best. I have to be careful personally and not jump over the fence to, okay, this is my diet, this is gonna make me skinny. Because that is something that I struggled with in the past couple years. It's like body image, because I'm like, okay, I've gained weight. I know that I've gained weight. I'm not the same size as I used to be, especially before we got married. And that's been a mental thing for me to work through and just acknowledge that, okay, my hormones are out of balance. I may not be the healthiest right now, but I'm getting there, and I'm making decisions every single day that will get me to that place. So it's kind of where I'm at right now. I have just not been in the best place, like mentally or emotionally. I feel like I can just tell that my body is like off. There's something out of whack. There's something, and clearly there's something that's not doing so hot. I've been taking a few supplements during the past, like after I got that test in February, since then, but I still have not been fully seeing the results. Next plan of action was to find another NTP. The NTP that I was seeing previously no longer does one-on-one consultations. She's kind of changed up the way she runs her business, which is totally cool. But I was on the hunt to find someone that can help me balance my hormones, and just someone that has more expertise than I do, just Googling and researching by myself, to get to the root of what's going on now and to heal these hormones so that I can feel better. A lot of them, I guess it's just high demand. I don't know what it is, but a lot of them had wait lists, and so I was like, oh dang it, I didn't know if I should go the naturopath route, which they have a little bit more education and certification under their belt, but they can often be a little more expensive because of that. So just taking a lot of things into account and trying to figure out the best route for me. I did find an NTP that is doing one-on-one consultations, and I'm really excited to work with her. I am so passionate about healing your body naturally and supporting it in the most natural way possible, because I feel like that's when you're the most fulfilled physically, and that's when you just feel great just doing anything else in your life that you would like to do. I was so excited to find one that didn't have a wait list, that was accepting new clients, and I have started that journey. I just got signed up with her, and right now I'm in the middle of doing my food and mood log, which is something that she's having me do just so she can get a better idea, better understanding of what a typical 3 days for me would look like, and take that into consideration when she's coming up with a protocol, I guess, for me. So really excited, not really sure how it's gonna happen or what the results are gonna be obviously yet, but I'm excited to keep you guys up to date and pull you along in this journey. Obviously a lot of people I know are struggling with infertility or struggling with PCOS, and obviously I'm not an expert, but I'm just sharing with you guys. I'm so passionate about health and wellness and supporting our bodies in the most natural way possible. Long story short, I'm pumped. I'm excited to bring you guys along this journey with me, and I hope that I know I didn't go into great detail on the symptoms and what I was experiencing, but I hope that kind of sheds a little bit of light on why I don't feel the need to explain myself of this is why I haven't been making videos, but it's just been a different season. I really believe that I will go through phases where I pump out some videos, and then seasons where it's okay, that's not my main priority, that's not my main focus, and that's okay. And I'm learning to give myself grace in that, and learning to grow, and learning to just say, I don't need to be everything all the time. So I know that this video was probably all over the place, and I apologize, but it is one of those sit down chats, like we're having coffee, like we're getting together with a cup of tea, and I just wanted to bring you guys up to speed. I love talking about journeys. I love watching videos like this personally, so if this is not your jam, no worries. I will not be offended if you don't watch this video. That's totally fine. But if you are sincerely interested, or if you're experiencing any similar symptoms or anything like that, feel free to ask me any questions. And obviously, like I said, not an expert, not a doctor. I'm not going to give you any medical advice, but I can kind of show you some things that I've been doing or I've been incorporating, or share with you some resources of Instagram accounts of NTPs that I follow that post a lot of information, a lot of educated information for you if you're interested in this topic at all. But yeah, I think that about does it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe so that you can see the videos that I make in the future about my health and wellness journey, but also home decor and all those things. So anyway, have a fantastic day, guys. I will see you all in my next video.